What is up guys, and welcome to the first video in my Professions gold making series, where I talk about one profession per video and cover how to make gold with that profession. This is part of my Wrath of the Lich King preparation video series, but it could also be handy if you're watching this later in Wrath itself, but basically knowing which professions can make you a lot of gold in Wrath could be what makes some of you decide to go for that particular profession over other professions. Some professions are great for making gold, and others, well, not so much. Today's profession is jewelcrafting, and let's get right into it. The first and most obvious thing is cutting gems. Jewel crafters can cut the gems and charge a fee for each cut, and the fee itself will usually depend on the rarity of the gem that you cut. At the beginning of Wrath, the profitability behind actually cutting gems could actually be quite lucrative, as while some rare gem cuts are taught to you by your regular jewel crafting trainer, some of them are locked behind a specific jewel crafting currency called Dalaran Jewel Crafters tokens, which are obtained from a daily jewel crafting quest. Yay, more dailies. No, but seriously, you get one token per daily quest, and the recipes for cutting rare gems will cost you 3 different tokens. So if we say that Wrath launches with a 2-week grace period before raids open, that gives you enough time to get 5 different recipes before people start getting raid gear, which they need the gems for, and each class will need different types of gems for each different type of color, so you need to think carefully about which recipes that you buy first, as there is honestly some decent profits to be made very early on here. As we progress into Wrath of the Lich King and get access to epic gems, which should theoretically come out in the same phase of Wrath Classic as the Trial of the Crusader phase, this profitability starts going up even more overall, but it will also require you to have even more jewel crafter tokens and more recipes. Gathering all of the recipes available to you for jewel crafter tokens will require 370 tokens, which will take you a little bit over a year's worth of doing daily quests every single day. The actual profitability from cutting gems can actually be quite decent, and once again I cannot say enough how important it is to actually do these dailies, as the more recipes you have, the more gold you will make. Once you've got yourself set up with all of the recipes, all you have to do is cut the gems and watch the auction house, and it's fairly semi-passive gold. It is also worth noting that doing the daily quest rewards you with 7 gold and 40 silver from each quest, and doing you need 370 tokens, aka 370 dailies. That will also give you 2,738 gold from doing all of those dailies. No idea why I wanted to include that really, but there you go. You also have a passive gold making method as a jewel crafter, as you can make something called Icy Prism once every day, which combines a dark jade, chalcedony, I think that's how you say that one, shadow crystal, and a frozen orb into a container that can contain rare gems. From patch 3.2, when epic gems are introduced, the Icy Prism can also contain epic gems with a fairly low drop chance, effectively allowing you to have a chance at turning green gems into an epic gem, but guaranteeing at least a rare gem. The actual profitability behind this craft will depend on the price of frozen orbs. You can also make some really good gold prospecting ores in Wrath of the Lich King. Prospecting Cernite ore has a chance of giving you rare gems, and depending on the price of Cernite versus the price of rare gems, this might end up being worth it. You can also obtain rare gems from prospecting cobalt ores, but with a lot lower drop rate, so unless cobalt is selling at basically 1/3 of the price of Cernite ore, I would stick to Cernite ores for prospecting. Prospecting titanium ore has the highest chance of giving you rare gems out of the 3 different types of ore, and as of patch 3.2, or whatever phase they decide to introduce Trial of the Crusader, prospecting titanium ore also has a chance of giving you epic gems. When it comes to prospecting in general, here's my opinion on this right now. Don't prospect ores in the first 2 to 4 weeks of Wrath Classic. Ores will be at an all-time high in terms of prices, as engineering, jewel crafting and blacksmithing are all best in slot professions and for raiding, and every raider will be buying out ores to skill up their professions, so it's best to stay away from ores for prospecting this early, unless you can get them incredibly cheap. That being said, prospecting is all about the cost of ores versus the cost of gems, so if gems are incredibly expensive, it could still be worth buying in the first 2 to 4 weeks as well. It is all a numbers game really. There is also a new gem cut coming in Wrath, allowing you to turn black diamonds into green gems that vendor for 25 silver each, so if you have any leftover black diamonds, or there are some cheap ones on the auction house, this is a really nice vendor shuffle. There is also the Cernite Truffle, a gold making method from original Wrath of the Lich King that people used to make literally tens of thousands of gold, and this was based on buying Cernite ore, prospecting the ore, and using the green gems received to craft different green and blue items, for then to either vendor or disenchant these items. There is a new feature coming sometime in Wrath Classic, allowing people to roll to disenchant items in dungeons, as long as one person in the group has enchanting, and if this is in the game from the start, then enchanting materials will be worth less, and this shuffle will therefore be less effective. That being said though, if that feature is not there from the start, enchanting materials could be worth a decent chunk, and the Cernite Truffle could end up being incredibly profitable. That being said, the Cernite Truffle was used in OG Wrath, and it's been used on every Wrath server since then, and ScottyJ also made a video about it, which gained a lot of views, so a lot of people know about this shuffle already, which will affect the overall profitability. Personally, I actually think Jewelcrafting has a lot of potential for gold making in Wrath. It has daily passive gold from the Icy Prism craft, it has flipping potential from buying raw gems and cutting them for them to sell the cut gems for a profit. You can make raw gold profit by simply advertising your jewel crafting profession, where you charge, let's say, 20 gold for a rare or epic gem cut, giving you passive gold while AFKing in Dalaran. And you also have the Cernite Truffle, which can give you even more gold if you combine it with enchanting. It also has the RNG casino element of buying Cernite ore, or even titanium ore, and prospecting all of it and selling the gems that you got from prospecting. Also, I've hidden a possible investment somewhere in this video, but if you want access to all of my investments and gold making opportunities without trying to look for it specifically in this video or other videos, then check out my gold guide, where I expose all of the gold making secrets for Wrath of Lich King. You can also use the code Solheim for 50% off, and once you buy the guide you will receive all of the future updates for free, and I will keep updating the guide throughout Wrath to keep it up to date. And I think that is pretty much it for jewel crafting, at least for now. Let me know what you think is the next profession guide should be about, and at the very least I hope this video showed you a little bit about how to make gold with jewel crafting, as that was the whole goal of the video. It is a gold making guide after all. If you enjoyed the video, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more Wrath videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.